I greet you with Jesus' joy. For it is in him that I live, breathe, move, and have my very being. I am delighted that you joined Unboxed on Purpose today, a podcast created or favored by the Father Ministries. I am Barbara Arlene Fields Brehon, your host. Our featured guests share how they stepped out of their comfort zones to become unboxed. We share experiences that lead to the fulfillment of purpose, and I pray that each episode will help our audience access their authentic destiny. Sharing with us today is Judith Fisher, who will discuss a novel approach to life. Judy is of Longwood, Florida. She is a retired author. She is a writer who used to work with not for profit. She retired to Longwood to pursue another career in fiction writing. She's got some exciting surprises to tell us about, and I will let her tell you about those. But I would also like to let you know that this week, when we get to the end of the show, we're going to do a special promotion regarding our digital application. That's right. The Favored by the Father Ministries has a digital application, and we're celebrating an anniversary. So stay tuned to the end to hear more about that. At this time, we want to welcome to the stage Judy Fisher. Welcome, Judy.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Barbara. I am thrilled to be here. When we met through Robert at Quippy Quill, and to me, that meeting was what we call in the Jewish life beshert, which means God's will, or it was meant to be, because I felt such a kinship to you when we very first met. And when you asked me how I reflect on my life all the way back to my childhood, I have to laugh because I have an inner child in me now, even at 67. Oh my goodness, did I say that out loud? Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, now that you all know how old I am, I can't use my old jokes. But when I reflect back to my childhood, I was one of those kids that used to live in the space of the theater, of entertainment, of being somebody other than myself, because I guess it's because I didn't really know who I was. And my passion in life then was to be on the stage, either singing or acting or being somebody other than myself. And I found out early on that the written word was very important to me. I used to read voraciously because I could lose myself in somebody else's story. And that was how I started. And to describe myself now, it's no different, really. I constantly read. I read a fictional novel, a nonfiction piece, and whatever news I can drink in at the time. So I'm always reading. Today, I would describe myself as an overaged hippie with the heart of a 15-year-old. I'm a child at heart in an old body. I already decided I wasn't going to talk about my age, even though you all know that I'm 67, that Medicare age, that creaky bones age. That's why I sit so much to write. I think you asked me at some point what a joyful moment of my life was. And I think there are actually three very joyful moments. The first one was the day I said I do to my husband. And I had to remember that many times throughout our life together, because as you well know, marriage is a job and it takes a lot of work to make it work. The second one was when they placed my son in my arms for the first time. And the third, of course, was when they placed my daughter in my arms for the first time. In fact, that was the impetus of writing my second to last book that I wrote, called Two Lost Souls. because I did have struggles having children. Um, I went through several miscarriages, and then I had some infertility issues. And I wanted to be a mommy more than anything in the world. So when my son was born and when my daughter was born were two of the most momentous lives and days in my life. And today I have two adult children that have given me six six grandchildren, and this whole body gets down on the floor and plays with them whenever I can. Anyway, Two Lost Souls is a fictional account of those miscarriages, and the main character. Well, let me go back to my tagline, which is a novel approach to life, because every book that I've written has been about something that affects me greatly or something that has actually happened to me. And that is why I wrote Two Lost Souls. I wrote a fictional character having had the same issues that I've had, and I wrote the story, and I took her through the miscarriages, and then I took her through a journey to find what happens to the souls of two miscarriages, what happens to the souls of babies that are never born. And then I took her through having had successful births, and then those children grew up and made friends with two other children that became young adults. And unfortunately, my two kids lost their best friends at a young age. So this main character, main character had to see these two kids through the loss of their best friends. And so I tied these two tragedies together in a fictional tale. And the whole point of my writing is to show my readers that you can face terrible things in your life and still come out the other side and live a happy, productive life, no matter what the tragedies that you face in your life. So that was the genesis of writing Two Lost Souls. So, this podcast is about getting unboxed. And boy, am I unboxed right now. This started for me really when I started to face that empty nest place. Because as I said before, all I ever wanted to do was be a mommy. And I enjoyed those young years so much that when my kids were in high school, I remember one night sitting around the table looking at them and realizing, oh my goodness, they're going to be leaving soon. And the first thing I did was start what I called my empty nest project. And I did a mosaic of photographs of the kids from the time they were born until the time they were in high school. And I started to have that empty nest syndrome before they ever even left the house. And I was one of those women that sunk into a deep, deep depression when the kids left the house. And this was the impetus of me writing the book Voices from the Ledge. Voices from the Ledge was the story of a woman who found that she had no purpose left in life when her kids left for college. Her husband had hit the pinnacle of his career. The kids were gone. She lost her job. And now what does she do? She feels as if she has no purpose left in life. And her intent is to take her own life because she feels like there's nothing left for her here on earth. Well, obviously, I'm sitting here talking with you, Dr. Barbara. So there is no reason to think that I actually did this. I'm still here. But the book itself takes you through this journey that she takes with the help of 4 women that she meets at the hotel where she intended to take her life. And as always in my book, they have a positive message because the main character, the protagonist, takes you through this terrible time and comes out the other side with positive messaging. And so this is the point. The empty nest syndrome, the depression, the thoughts of suicidal ideation and she comes out the other side. Also with a surprise ending and a positive message. This was the point. This again, it points to the novel approach to life. You also wanted me to talk about my ultimate purpose, and I really only found that purpose when I found the concept of writing that particular book. That was when I really became, as you call it, unboxed, when I started thinking out of the box. Because I can be very honest with you in this situation. Some of the things that I faced in my life took me down a pretty treacherous path, and I am a recovering alcoholic.
Mm.
And as a result of that, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've become a lot more authentic with the way I face my life. And one of the things that I learned was that my purpose in life today is something that because of what I learned in my program, I've come closer to my religion. And I think I mentioned that I'm Jewish. And one of the things that we teach in Judaism is a concept called tikkun olam, which means to repair the world or to make the world a better place, or at least to leave the world a better place than where you found it. And that has become my purpose in life, which is kind of ties in with my whole concept of a novel approach to life, because every one of the books that I write leaves you with a positive message and a good feeling that you can face so much in life and still come out the other side.
That's right.
And live a positive, productive, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody has to go through the things that they go through in life, and some of it is just so treacherous and so hard. But with the right support and the right direction that you take, you can still do it. And here I am at 67. I said it again. I'm still here. I'm still fighting that good fight. Anyway, you had asked also what was next on the horizon for me. Well, this is very exciting for me right now because I continue to write books. I'm actually right now writing a murder mystery about the opportunity that I had to kill off all my brothers. I had 3 older brothers. And so right now I'm writing it's a comedy murder mystery of me killing off my brothers. But that's there will be a message in that one too. It's not just me getting back at my big brothers. But right now I'm working on 2 particular movie contracts. One is for Backfired, and the other one I just found out about today. Somebody's interested in making a movie about 2 lost souls as well. One is, and they're both big movie studios. I'm trying very hard to wait. What they say, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. So I am trying very hard to stay in the moment and wait for these things to unfold. So I might just be, walking that red carpet, telling people what I'm wearing and thanking Dr. Barbara for doing a podcast with me. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I just wake up every day and hope that it's a good, blessed day for me and for everyone else. You asked me what advice I would give to the younger me. That was a pretty serious question for me to answer. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought, you know what, Judy, have patience. It will get easier. That's what I said to myself. That's what I would say to myself. It will get easier. I won't have to be wearing a costume, being somebody else. I can be the authentic Judy. And and what would I tell my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren or any generations that follow me? Well, for instance, I go back to the tikkun olam, and I would say be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others, and be gentle with the earth. And that is probably the best advice I could give anybody. And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. But we're in this space where we've had quite a few technological changes. And I guess that's another novel approach to life. You don't say what you cannot do, you come up with other ways to do what it is that somebody said it couldn't be done. But he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hit it. So he buckled right in and he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. Yeah, we did it. We did this thing today, despite the technical changes and challenges. And so we want to turn to our listening audience and thank Miss Judy for being here with us today. We look forward to the silver screen or the other side of a computer screen where we will see the movies of these books that she has written. And we're going to celebrate all these moments with her. And if for any reason those challenges that I explained about our technological difficulties prevent me from sharing this part, I will record it all by myself and share it so that these echoes and things in the background are not going to distract you from hearing every single syllable that has been uttered. God bless you, and I thank you so much, Judy Fisher, for taking time out to be with us today to share
Thank you.
being unboxed on purpose. And yes, ma'am, you are still here. I love your sense of humor.
Well, thank you, Barbara. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here, and thank you for having me.
God bless you. And again, to our listening audience, if you would like to be a guest on Unboxed on Purpose, I want you to go to our website, www.favoredbythefather.com. Click on Contact Us, and we will schedule a time where you can talk to me about that. And we can design a time with you in mind, your schedule, to fit what we want to do thriving in 2025. Leave your name and email address and all that stuff, and we'll contact each other. And maybe you'll be a guest sitting where Judy is sitting today. Join us for about 30 minutes for each episode of Unboxed on Purpose with conversations that stimulate and titillate you. We will post new episodes every Thursday, about 3 o'clock or so. Favored by the Father YouTube channel is where we post them, and we also post on our Facebook page, LinkedIn, and most other podcast platforms. So as we evolve out of our cocoons, out of our dark places in life, we flutter like butterflies into whatever it is in lofty levels that the Lord has placed or designed for us, that we may soar as high as we can to pursue our authentic purpose, to bloom wherever we're planted, and to grow our intimacy with the Lord. So grow in grace as you remain favored by the Father. God bless you, and I hope to see you next week.